Listen to part of a lecture in an art class.
Colors play a vitally important role in our lives. But have you ever wondered how colors are produced? Colorants for clothing, cosmetics, and ornaments are produced using pigments. Primarily, pigments are used to provide color to materials, whether they are textiles or paints. They change the way light transmits through a surface, by absorbing specific wavelengths of visible light, while reflecting others they cannot absorb. Pigments are ground into a fine powder, and added to the medium, and mixed or dispersed into the solution. Unlike dyes which are generally soluble in water, pigments are completely, or mostly insoluble. Pigments can be classified into two types, either organic or inorganic, based on how they are formulated. Organic pigments have been used for centuries, and as their name suggests, organic pigments are those that occur naturally, containing substances like metals and minerals that give them their color. While traditional pigments were mostly created from flora and fauna, the majority of modern pigments we see today are made from synthetic organic chemistry, which are carbon-based molecules, commonly derived from coal tars and other petrochemicals. Organic pigments are characterized by bright and rich colors, providing greater tint strength and transparency than inorganic pigments. Nevertheless, organic pigments tend to be more expensive to produce, so there are a limited number of suppliers of organic pigments, which makes them less popular in many industries, and thus, are only used as artists' paints. In contrast, inorganic pigments are not based on carbon materials, but instead they mostly consist of oxide, sulfate, metals, and metallic salts. Due to their composition, inorganic pigments are more opaque than organic pigments. This means that, while a single layer of organic pigment may not be enough to provide an adequate layer of color, inorganic pigment will provide sufficient color from a single layer. Inorganic pigments are more favored in industries, as they are cost-effective, and are resistant to fading, when exposed to air and heat. Despite their numerous positive qualities, inorganic pigments do have their drawbacks. Because of the presence of lead in their composition, and metallic byproducts, in the production process, inorganic pigments are considered more harmful to the environment. Thus, due to environmental concerns lately, there has been some slowdown in the inorganic pigments market. But this has only been a minor setback in the market, since the global market, for both organic and inorganic pigments, has been showing steady market growth.
Question 5. What is the main idea of the discussion?